Welcome everyone. Hope you're having a great day. We'll be talking about kind of brainstorming, mostly Razorgore strategies. It's kind of going to be the same, similar, right? You can't get too different. You're still killing the same mob, spawning from the same locations, dealing with the same mechanics. I think one of the popular methods is having hunters kite the dragonkin that spawn back and forth to each of the different stages that you see, the platforms, if you will. Um, I really like the strategy. I've ran with a lot of different guilds, seen mainly the same strategy. You stack, you know, one melee group in each corner and have casters kind of hover around the middle, help take care of everything. The hunters kiting the dragons probably the more complex version I've seen. It's not really that complex, you know. It's difficult if you only have a couple of hunters, right? It's very difficult, but a lot of them can pull it off, especially if they're able to get their traps off. Um, One strategy I was thinking, instead of having everyone stack in the different corners with the different groups, you know, say you're gonna have like group one over here, group two, group three, group four, whatever. Instead of doing that and having them over here, we want to recede each group into these four spaces, right? So your group one or your group two that would normally be here, pull them back, keep them within this vicinity. This is going to be their little area, if you will, right? And so the other group that would be over here, we're going to pull them back right here. So all your melee are within this area for the most part. You're also going to have your casters in the same general area. Um, the main thing of the strategy is going to be your ranged are going to be doing like your mages and hunters, right? Warlocks, your searing pain, scorch. Your hunters are going to, really fast casts with decent range, just to get them in aggro. Because what they normally do is they spawn and they'll run up here, or they'll spawn and run up here, and they'll ignore everyone unless they are hit, right? And one thing a lot of people don't do is, or I see it a lot, or have seen, the dragonkin, they'll run up here and they'll just stay up here, and then your melee's got to run up here and chase them up here, and then they're slowly DPSing, walking back down, and then more spawn, and they just it just keeps happening. It just keeps stacking. And then all of a sudden, oh, our corner, we got too many mobs, and well, now you got to call, DPS out of their corner to go to that corner, walk across the whole room. It's just inefficient. So my thought process is have everyone here in the center, get your range to pull the mobs, right? You just have to get one little piece of damage on each mob to get them to aggro. They'll still run up here, but since you hit them, they will then run back down and come to you. You don't have to go chase them, right? So the best strategy, or right now, is just have your melee in each of their corners and just hit them before they run up here, and they'll run back down, and you stay here. So you grab these immediately when they spawn. You've seen them spawn over here, but they didn't grab it, so the mob runs away over here. Now we got extra over here, etc., etc. So what I'm proposing is have everyone in this area right here. Hopefully you've got two hunters. If so, I'd put one big frost trap right here and another one over here, and spam them throughout the raid. Use your feign deaths. Keep the traps up, right? Your ranged are going to be hitting these mobs, and your melee are just kind of waiting, right? Waiting around. Your tanks are still going to want to try and grab the mobs once they come over here. But what you then have is a huge cluster of these mobs, right? Your cleaves you're always going to have something to cleave. Your mages and so forth, once you get a big enough pack, can actually start AoE. One blizzard, on 16 mobs is going to do more DPS than, frostbolt spamming or whatever the case may be. Same for every class, right? Your whirlwind's always going to hit the maximum amount of targets. Your blade flurry, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be a target nearby, etc., etc., etc. And that's pretty much the strategy. You just stack everyone in the center of these squares. Your north, south, east, and west now go into, your 4 quadrants right here. This would be a quadrant. This one would be a quadrant. This would be a quadrant. And you're stacked so tightly together, and your mobs are all here, that everyone can just kind of freely roam around this small vicinity, right? And you also want to have your healers here too, because I'm sure a lot of you've noticed, they'll hit a mob or something, and then it'll have healer aggro, and then there's mobs running around chasing healers around. Now, your melee's got to leave their little area to run, track this guy down, while more are spawning over here. But now your melee are gone, etc., etc. So healers kind of in the center. They can heal everyone. They're in range of everyone. If healers get aggro, guess what? The mobs have to come all the way to them. And the melee and ranged have all this area. I'm speaking as if the mob spawned here, ran up, and then aggroed the healer, came down, and started running for the healer, right? Now literally everyone's all right here in this vicinity, super easy to just, okay, you're in here, you just run right here, or, 2 little steps, super easy. And everything's slowed because you have your hunter traps, just huge. Don't take entrapment though, right? That'll fuck everything up. It's kind of like mage having frostbite, trying to do AoE pulls, it'll fuck everything up. No entrapment for this. You just want everything really slow. You'll have all the mobs constantly being stacked up, constantly coming to you guys. You just hang out. You just kill. On top of that, when the Drake spawns, you could easily tank him anywhere around this huge quadrant. And if all the mobs are already dead, guess what? That's, another 10 seconds, your whole raid's attacking this thing. Instead of just 1 or 2 people or 1 quadrant, whatever's closest. Now you get everyone now. And he's getting cleaved down the entire raid. And that's pretty much it. Kill the eggs, kill everything, you just do it in the middle. Everything's slowed, everything's stacked up. You got how many mobs spawn each time? 2 from each corner, 2, 4, 6, 8. Boom, they're coming to the middle as 8 mobs. You know what I'm saying? Instead of frostbolt in 1 mob, now your arcane explosion 8 mobs, or you kind of wait, let the melee do their thing for a minute. You're gonna have your mages, well, they call them mages, but the caster mobs that spawn, that are the important ones to kill. They really don't have that much health, and all the range will be kind of on the vicinity, for the most part, of this outer little square ring around the quadrant, right? All your mages and warlocks and hunters all over the place, just pelting. You know what I'm saying? Pow, 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 pow. Kill the mages real easy. Melee don't really have to touch the mages, and you could have like counter spells and such, but that's about your only ranged kick that you're gonna have, and it's just a really long cooldown. So, you know what I mean? Casters focus casters, melee focus melee. Once casters are down, all your melee mobs are stacked up in the middle now. Set off a couple of arcane explosions or whatever your big AoE damage is. But I do, aside from what I'm proposing here, I really do like the hunter kite strategy. You save a lot of healing because the dragonkin aren't damaging anything. They're just being kited around by the hunter. You gotta have a very, confident hunter. They gotta know what they're doing. And if you do have a good hunter, they'll make easy work of it for the most part. Things will always go wrong, but once you get it down, it's down. But yeah, everyone stacks in the middle, ranged, or making sure they're hitting everything. It doesn't have. You could wand something, and it'll run up here and run back down. As long as it got hit, it will run back down. You don't have to chase it up there, right? Unless you have people up there. The only downside that you would have to worry about, I think, is the huge frost aura. I don't know if it pops in the middle. I've never seen it pop in the middle. I've only seen it kind of on the sides here or up on the platform, right? So if that happens in the middle, Obviously, you don't want to stand in it, but that's something you'd have to worry about, as well as, the Drake flame fires all over the place and so forth. But this, I want to say it normally, the haste area that spawns is normally nearby, right? So you could just kind of pull the Drake over to that area. Now, your literal entire raid is cleaning down everything in the haste thing, right? Instead of split up into four fucking really far off. You know what I'm saying? If you're here and here, it's not even in charge range. You gotta waste time walking, waste time walking. And I've played, you know, all roles in these raids. I've played the caster and the melee, etc., etc. And a lot of times you're just fucking running around trying to catch up with a mob because someone didn't fucking hit it, and now it's on a healer. It's just crazy. It's you can avoid it all essentially. Um, yep, that's my Razorgore strategy. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry it's not a super spiffy video. I'm on a new PC. I don't have any of my editing software and all that good stuff, all that jazz. But I think I get the point across. Have your hunters keep the slow traps up. Your shamans can keep earthbind or whatever. If they, maybe not earthbind's probably not good. Just hunters and the slow traps. But you're gonna have probably. I'd see most raids have like 4 mages. So you got your hunter traps. You got frost novas. There's tons of stuff. And I think this is probably the best strategy. You want to speedrun it? Do this. Put this into action. I'm just a little raider in some random ass guild. I don't know anybody. I can't tell the GMs and I'll say, hey, we should try this. I think this is gonna be a really good strategy. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's a social dynamic. And I hate it. You know what I mean? Oh, hey man, I think we got. Oh yeah, that's a whatever. And they'll never do that shit, right? For the most part. But the speedrun guilds, the top guilds, they try this shit, do this shit. This is it, right? I'm still working on Veil Strat right now, and I can't get into the room to kind of look at the different, walls and line of sights and develop a strategy without being in there looking at it. So we're gonna clear BWL tomorrow. I'll come in here and we'll do some more brainstorming on strategies. We got big stuff to make. I'm sure some of you've seen like suppression room skip or the one pool suppression room. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of interesting shit coming up. Excuse my French. But thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know your strategies. Or have you done, a different strategy that's way better and just blows this out of the water? Let us know. We want to know. We're here to make the most of this. The best gamers are anyway, right? We want to do things as fast as possible because that's what we do. We go hard. Again, sorry for the lack of quality on my videos, guys. I don't have any video editing stuff on here, and it's been a while since I've uploaded anything. But I just really wanted to get some stuff out there to you guys. Thank you for your time. Come back and join us for the next one. Y'all have a great one.